We were meant to live forever until the betrayal. Once, in a time before memory, the world was young and untouched by sorrow. The sky was always bright, the rivers ran clear, and no one knew the meaning of death. The people of this world were not like us. They did not grow old, they did not fall ill, and they did not fear the passage of time. They were the first ones, blessed with eternal life by the gods who had shaped the earth with their own hands. The first ones lived in harmony, their days filled with laughter and song. They built great cities of shining stone, towers that reached the clouds, and gardens where every flower bloomed forever. The gods walked among them, sharing wisdom and guiding them in the ways of peace. It was a golden age, a time when no shadow could touch the hearts of men. But there was one among the first ones who was different. His name was Veylan, and though he walked in the light, his heart was restless. He was the greatest of the scholars, the keeper of all knowledge, and yet he longed for something more. The gods had given the first ones eternal life, but Veylan wanted more. He wanted power. One night, when the moon was high and the world slept, Veylan crept into the sacred temple where the gods whispered their secrets to the chosen few. There, hidden beneath the altar, he found the Book of Names. This book held the true names of the gods, and with it, a mortal could command even the divine. The gods had forbidden any from touching it, for such power was not meant for mortal hands. But Veylan did not care. He took the book and fled into the darkness. At first, nothing changed. The first ones continued their peaceful lives, unaware of the storm that was coming. But Veylan had begun to whisper. He spoke to those who were unhappy, those who doubted, those who wished for more. He told them that the gods were keeping secrets, that they did not truly love their children. Slowly, like poison in a stream, his words spread. Then came the night of the great betrayal. Veylan stood before the first ones and read from the Book of Names. He called upon the gods, not with prayers, but with commands. The sky trembled, the earth shook, and for the first time in history, the gods did not come as protectors. They came as prisoners, bound by the power of their own true names. The first ones watched in horror, as Veylan demanded the gods surrender their power. He would rule in their place. He would remake the world as he saw fit. The gods, bound by the ancient magic of their names, had no choice but to obey. But the gods were wise, and they knew that no mortal could hold such power forever. So they gave Veylan what he asked, but with a price. The moment he took their power, the curse began. The eternal life of the first ones faded. Their bodies grew weak. Their skin wrinkled. Their bones ached. For the first time, they knew what it was to be afraid. Veylan, drunk with power, did not notice the change at first. He raised his hands to the sky and laughed, believing himself a god. But then he saw his own reflection, his hair turning gray, his hands shaking. He screamed, demanding the gods undo what they had done. But the gods only looked at him with sorrow. "You wanted power," they said. "Now you will know the weight of it." And with those words the gods vanished, leaving the world forever. The first ones, once immortal, now faced the slow march of time. Their great cities crumbled, their gardens withered, and Veylan, the betrayer, became the first of them to die. His last breath was a whisper of regret. The world was never the same after that. The children of the first ones, our ancestors, were born into a world of suffering and death. But in their dreams, they sometimes remember the golden age, when life was endless and the gods walked among men. And though the gods are gone, some say they still watch from afar, waiting for the day when their children will prove themselves worthy of forgiveness. Until then, we live with the echoes of the betrayal, a reminder that some gifts, once lost, can never be reclaimed. But perhaps, just perhaps, there is still hope. For in the deepest night, when the stars shine brightest, some swear they hear the faintest whisper of the gods, calling their children home. And so the story ends, but the question remains. Will we ever find our way back? Or are we doomed to wander, forever carrying the weight of Veylan's sin? Only time will tell. Sleep well, dear listener. And remember, some stories are more than just tales. They are warnings.